Okay, so it's the first Sunday of August. It's Sunday night, so I have just a couple of orders to pack. It was not a good sales weekend really, but it was a pretty good sourcing weekend. I went out to quite a few yard sales. I posted a few of the things that I got. I probably have like 75 items that I brought home, maybe something like that. Things that are in the process of getting listed. So maybe around 45 or 50 of them are currently in draft forms, and I'm going to need to get photos taken of those things. So I think each night this week, before I get ready to pack the orders that came in, I'm going to just do 3 to 5 photos of. I'll do more than 3 to 5 photos, but I'll do 3 to 5 items, and I'll take photos of those things and then pack the night's orders. So I'm going to start that right now. And I have some things I want to get these more valuable things done quickly, but I have things that are less valuable sitting here right in front of me. So I think I'm going to do some of these cheaper items and then move on to the more expensive ones later. But I don't want to take up a lot of time before getting to the packing. I just wanted to get this work done, and this is the only time I'm going to have to do it. So hold on for 1 second, and then I'm going to try to set the camera up in a way that maybe it will work and maybe it won't. We'll see. And then I'm going to take photos of whatever I can get done in about 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll get on to packing. So I'll be right back. I'm going to just start with this little cheap patch because it's right here in front of me. I got a bunch of patches today and yesterday, and this is one that doesn't really match the other. So the others I'm doing in lots. This one I'll do on its own. It says North American Hunting Club and official member. Okay, let's get the phone app up. This won't take much, just a few pictures, maybe 6 pictures the most. Maybe I'll do one with a measuring tape. Just do this quickly. Oh shoot, come on. We'll do this pretty fast. This isn't going to sell for much. Maybe $6 or $7 plus $4 shipping, maybe something like that. It's not a big seller, probably. I think there's one that sold for like 12, but most of them not quite so much. Okay, I'm going to open up the eBay app, go to my drafts. I'm going to search for North and find this draft I already have started. I'll throw these photos in there. There's only 3 of them, front, back, and then one with a measuring tape. And we'll go to the item specifics and put it in a location. I'm going to just put it in this white table. I call this location white table. It has a little drawer in it. And I usually put things that are flat in there. So, all right, that one's done. Then we'll move on to some slightly more valuable items. Hopefully more valuable items. Okay, so here we have our R2 unit. This is from Galaxy's Edge at Disney World, where they call it the droid, what do they call it? Droid Depot, custom astromech units. So you can go there and buy these remote control droids and have them made to your specifications. So this kid picked these colors, blue and red with a purple. So I guess you pick whatever colors you want, and then it's a remote control robot. So it has the remote control. It's controlled by Bluetooth. I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to get it running, and it turned out that even though I was using batteries that had never really been used, they apparently were used enough that they could not power up this R2 unit. And I also have a BB-8. So we will try to get these 2 photos of these 2 guys done tonight so that I can get these listed right away. So they're not quite as good as I hoped they were. In fact, I was considering selling they come with these bags, and there's a little window that zips. So while you're walking around Disney World, you can control his head and have him be turning around and beeping or whatever. And then basically it's a promotion for other people to go and get one. So Disney is always looking for ways to maximize profits, I guess. Okay, R2 unit. There's this one and a BB-8. I got them both. I paid $20 for both of them. It seems like just the bag probably would sell for like $40 if I wanted to sell it separately. I'm gonna turn his head so he's looking at the camera both times. So I could split it up, sell the bag for like $45, sell him probably for 60 or 70. He's pretty big, And it's really cool. Like it runs around. The BB-8's a little harder to control. I finally got both of them up and running, and that guy's pretty tough to operate. There's a little switch on the bottom to turn it on and off, and then you have to hold down this button to connect to this remote. I'm not going to. Am I going to? Yeah, I might as well. I don't want to do this because it takes so much extra time, but I feel like I kind of have to show that the battery compartment is clean. But you know, they make these things so you have to unscrew them, and then it's a pain. Here we go. Open. Nice, crisp, clear. Stand up, R2. There you go. Oh, R2. Okay, holding you up while I take this picture. Okay, I took the videos of him and BB-8 earlier, so I already have them. I already have those photos. I mean, those videos in the listings. I just have to get these photographs. So I found the instructions on how to operate him online, and I printed one for him and one for BB-8, and I'm going to include those as well. All right, I'm in that portrait mode I was talking about. Just as I looked at that picture, I thought, why does it look like Elizabeth Taylor? And it's because it's in that blurry portrait mode. Okay, I'm gonna fold this in half and put it right in the bag with R2. Now, might as well take a picture of the bag. I think anybody who buys this is they're gonna kind of know what they're getting into. Okay, I'm gonna skip the locations for now and come back and add that stuff later because I don't really have any place to store these robots for the time being. All right, we're at 6 minutes. I don't want to spend much time on these photos tonight. And I have one item in the other room that I absolutely have to do because it's taking up a space that I need to get to. But I do want to get R2 and BB-8 ready to list as soon as possible. These are going to be, I got one other item this weekend that's probably worth a little bit more, but these are the two kind of breakout stars of my shopping trip this weekend. And they're only going to be like, I'll probably get 100 for, it's not exactly BB-8, it's a BB style or BB model droid. His head connects by magnets and doesn't always want to stand up straight. I don't know how I'm going to take pictures of him. I took the batteries out already. I know what I'm going to do. I have it right here. There we go. Perfect. I took video of him too, and he's very difficult to control. He spins around so fast, and his head is trying to fly off all the time. But it's pretty cool that they figured out a way to make a toy that does what the real guy in the movie does. Okay, I'm gonna take his head off. Take a picture of that separately. Take a picture of his body, might as well. It's a little bit dirty. I didn't recognize that when I was playing with him earlier. So the body comes in half, and then he's got this is the way the whole system works. So let's put one of these back here, and then this is another thing that they sell, which is another sort of like questionable money-making opportunity. Like both of these robots make noises when you turn them on, and they have buttons on the controller to say, you know, make your special noise or whatever. This one has a personality chip which you can buy separately that gives him some extra noises that he can make. They have them, I think you can get them in like, you can buy the ones for the good, you can buy one that's for the good guys, one that's for the bad guys, and one that's for something else. I don't remember exactly what. But I don't know which one this is because I just bought it from some kids at a garage sale. So I don't know if it's the Resistance or if it's the Dark, what do you call them? The Empire. Or probably the New Order, I guess. I'm not a fan of those new Star Wars movies. Of course, I'm exactly the right age to have been all in on Star Wars in the 70s and 80s, but never got into the new ones. Okay, I'm just gonna screw his battery compartment back on and put his body back together and then put his head on. Actually, I'm just gonna leave him sitting right here and I'll come and deal with him later because, like I said, I don't have locations to put these robots yet. I can't think of locations where I can store them. So they are going to take up a little bit of space. And let's see, BB-8. Oh, I never took a picture of him with the whole setup. All right, I need one more picture with his bag. I'm getting ahead of myself. His bag and his remote and his, whatever you call it, instruction manual. Let's go in there. Okay. Instruction manual, put him back on this little base. This is one of the it's one of the end caps from all of the rolls of paper that I get. Back up. Oops, I need a better picture than that with the remote standing up. Okay, let's do just the remote and just the instructions. Okay, now we have to go to the kitchen because I have a big heavy thing in there that's taking up a lot of space, and I need my room. I need my room to do my work. So, I'm sweating like crazy. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so right here I have a sink. It's a Toto brand. This is a good Japanese brand of bathroom appliances. We have a Toto toilet and it works great. Almost never needs to be cleaned. Has some kind of surface on it that rejects dirt. Anyway, I got 2 of these. I've had them for quite a long time, and I'm just going to take these photos here because I can't really get that into the photo booth, and it's going to be white on a white background, so that's not going to be great anyway. But yeah, I have 2 of these. Somebody listed them on Facebook Marketplace, I mean at least a year ago, saying, I'm going to put these out in the alley, come and get them. So I did, and they've been sitting in my back porch, which is probably where they're going to go back to again for quite a long time. But this weekend, I've just decided this is a weekend to get things done. So I've been going through some of these old items and getting them ready to list. Now I'm concerned that these numbers aren't going to match the numbers that are on the box. Model number LT91791. LT791, LT7914. Yeah, it matches. So it's hard to know. I think this sink is from like 2011 was when it was originally made. That's when it was introduced. Whether they still make it or not, I'm not sure. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I kind of like to figure out a place to put a sink like this in my house, but I've got sinks already everywhere. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this put back in the box. And then I'm not going to subject you to watching me struggle with that. It weighs about 45 pounds, so it's not light. So I'm going to get that put back in there, and then we're going to come back. By the time we're back, I'm going to have picked all of the orders that came in tonight. I think there's 6 from today and yesterday. Not a great weekend. I think they're going to add up to like $100 yesterday, maybe like $45 today, something like that. Maybe even less than that. And then we'll pack those up, get them shipped out, get them ready to ship anyway, and then I'll let you know exactly how much money I made today and how we're doing this month. The 3rd day of the month, we're not doing good. I can tell you that. So hold on for 1 second and we'll be right back again. Okay, we are back and we're just about ready to pack. First things first is add the sales from Friday and Saturday to the tally board. So we had 3 on Friday, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we get to tomorrow, I'll add tonight's orders over there. All right, I should probably do this golf club first and get it out of the way. There's several of these golf clubs, so I want to be 100% sure that I got the right one. So I'm going to look at these pictures. Ping 3S, it's a sand wedge. Okay, I don't know much about golf, so I want to be clear that I have the one that actually is going to the right person. Okay, so I got a box here. It's already just about the right size. I'm just gonna have to put some paper all the way in the bottom. Put this club head down there, and then I better order paper. I better order a roll of paper tonight because this is all I have left. And if I run out of it, I'll be in trouble. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap this around here, try to make enough so that it fits tight in there, and then I'll fill in the end here. Okay, make sure that I order paper. Somebody remind me, because I need that paper for sure. I'm gonna have to check I want to check on my bubble wrap as well while I'm thinking about it. Okay, this will seal up with some tape. There's tons of labels on this box, so I'm probably gonna have to do a lot of covering. See all of these. This one could probably come off. I don't know what slow play is. I don't know what was in this box. Oh, poker mat. I have no idea where this box came from. Really not too many labels, and this one's gonna peel off easy. Good. So I'll cover that one, and then that's gonna be it. That's all we have to worry about. All right, let's do it right now. Okay, looks like this. No, I was gonna say it looks like this was a box that came to work, but that address is not familiar. That was on this label. Okay, that's ready. I'll write on here club. Let's move this computer. I don't know how much this weighs. Oh, my scale keeps turning off. I'm not sure what's going on with that. 1 pound 12, so put 2 pounds. This is probably gonna go to FedEx. I don't really want to have to make a trip to FedEx tomorrow, but it's 42 inches by 4. 2 by 4 by 4. So I'll check the label costs when I'm getting labels and try to figure out if there's any way I can just send this USPS. This is only going to Tennessee, not too far. I'm gonna move it out of the way. Okay, what's next? Might as well get this out of the way. This is I guess lava lamp is a trademark, official name of a brand of lava lamps. And this one is not that brand. This one actually is a Walmart brand. I got this at a church sale. I paid, by the time I averaged out how much I paid for everything I bought there, I only paid 34 cents for this. I'm gonna put these two boxes together and try to make a box that this thing fits in because I could not find an appropriate size box. But this is gonna be probably better in the long run anyway. Okay, let's move this. It feels like it's been a long day and a long night, so I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can. So hopefully I don't make any mistakes, because that's usually when you make mistakes, trying to rush. So obviously a lava lamp, pretty fragile. It's just a glass bottle with water and wax in it, so we're gonna have to be careful here. This box has padding in it already. I filled that up with paper earlier, and I stretch wrapped all of the cords and all of the cap and the base all together. So essentially it's getting double boxed. Should make it much more likely to arrive safely. All right, so these have all got to squeeze together pretty tight. I wonder if I weaved it, that would be better. One in, one out, one in, one out. That actually feels pretty secure that way. I don't know if that makes any difference, but it feels like it does. Makes it a little harder to tape. Maybe that was a bad idea. So normally I could just run the tape all the way around. Now I'm doing it in this zigzag. Okay, I'm gonna try to burnish down the ends of this tape a little bit. Get it to stick very well. That golf club, I think I only paid $2 for it. I sold it for 30 plus shipping. This guy, what did I say, 38 cents? I've had it since May, so not that long, the very end of May, and I paid 34 cents for it. It sold it for $40 plus shipping, so pretty good. Okay, now where do I want? All right, just write on here lava. Let's get it weighed. This might end up at FedEx too. 5 pounds. No, it's 21 by 9 by 9, I think. 8 by 8. 8 by 8. My marker is dying, or I'm writing on tape or something. Okay, it's going to AV, and it's in Texas. Out of the way. All right, what's next? This book. This is the Bible. It's the Master Mason edition. I thought this was going to be very rare and exceptionally valuable when I found it, but it's not. There's millions of these books floating around. I don't know how many Masons there are in the United States, but there must be a lot because there's a lot of these Bibles. I sold it for 20 bucks and paid just under $3 for it. I'm not sure why I'm doing this for a $20 Bible, but feels like I should. I don't know. Most of the time, unless you're putting layer after layer of bubble wrap on, it's for appearances more than anything. But this box needs some space. It needs to fill this space, so a little bubble wrap isn't going to hurt anything. Good. I've been experimenting with not putting tape this way, and it seems like it's working fine. So I'm being more and more frugal with tape as I go along because it is expensive. 1 pound 10, 2 pounds, 10 by 7 by 3. It's going to who? TJB, all the way in Jacksonville. Ouch. The most dangerous tool here is probably this tape dispenser. Okay, got a little flashlight. This is a vintage Ever Ready flashlight in pink. So nice, rare, random old flashlight. I pulled this out of the basement at an estate sale. I really just grabbed it because I thought it was cool. It reminds me of the kind of flashlights we had in my house when I was a kid, so I grabbed it, and it's not worth much. $15 I sold it for plus shipping. It fit in there perfectly. Now that's one that probably would be better served with a little bit of bubble wrap. All of these shipping supplies cost money and they are expensive, so I don't like to go overboard with it. I just was on a Facebook post this week where people were talking about how they really like to put a lot of tape on their packages because that way they can be sure they're going to get wherever they're going safely. And I think I was the only dissenting voice because I know that. I mean, I've worked most of my life in like warehouses or factories where I've seen millions and millions of boxes getting packed up with a single strip of tape. And I know that somebody somewhere is an engineer who figured out how to make these cardboard boxes as strong as they can be with the least amount of materials, and they're designed really just for one piece of tape. So I do sometimes put extra tape on, especially if it's something very heavy, but in most cases I'm trying my best to minimize the amount of tape I'm using. Okay, flashlight. $15 flashlight. It's going to, okay, this is interesting. It's a lake, it's a camp. Looks like a camp for boys, and it says attention all-nighter boys camp. So what am I going to put on here? RLC. Maybe somebody can figure out where it's going based on these initials. It's in New York. RLC, all-nighter boys camp. Okay, next. It's not exactly a comic book, but this is a comic book artist, Daniel Clowes. Sort of an independent, more of like an art comic book guy than a superhero guy. And there's a company in Italy that makes these small run art books, really. And they do a lot of American comic book artists. They get them to collaborate and make some sort of art book. And this one was, I'm not sure if it's this one or another one, but they were like hand silk screen color covers. I'm using this piece of tape right now to tie these two pieces together, so the tape sticks better to itself than it does to the cardboard. So if I can get a full wrap around, then I know it's gonna hold on pretty tight. So Clowes, I bought this book basically because I wanted to look at it, and another one by Chris Ware, another cartoonist that I'm fond of. And I took a look at them and decided I don't need to keep these, and so I'm basically selling them just slightly more than what I paid for them. I know they're limited editions. I don't know how limited or if you can even buy them from Italy anymore. I ordered this from Italy. Like it came in a, it took a long time. Both of them just came in like a small envelope. I was pretty surprised that they didn't pack them a little bit more carefully for heading overseas. So this one does have a little damage on it. The other one is like pristine condition, but this one has a few dinged up edges. Okay, AA in Georgia. I hope he enjoys that. It's pretty cool. They really are just kind of art books. They don't have like stories or anything for the most part. That's the two of them. The two that I got anyway. Okay, the final pack of the evening is this red, I think it's Nike. It's like a zip up hoodie. My wife had found this in her closet. She thought somebody gave it to her. She couldn't remember exactly who, but she didn't want it. So she gave it to me to sell. I didn't know how quickly it would sell, but that happened in June 5th. Today is August 4th? August 3rd? What's that? The 3rd. This paper is not doing anything except keeping it from moving around. So yeah, she found that, like I said, she's not sure who gave it to her, but I sold it for $32.39. Nike. I didn't put any tape on here, so I gotta make sure I do that, because I'm just talking about being frugal with tape, but that doesn't mean I can't put any. So let's get some tape on here. I was just saying it's best if you can go all the way around the box, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to just make sure this gets burnished. I don't always do this. I rarely do this actually, but we're going to do it today. Okay, who's this going to? CT in California. Okay, that's it. We're going to get these 6 packages labeled with a postage, and then we'll be right back and go over profits for today. Okay, everybody's got labels. We're all ready to go. These 4 will go on the porch for the carrier to pick up. These 2 going to FedEx tomorrow. I'll take them either on my way to work or on my lunch break. So let's go over these items and see how much money we made. So I'll do all of Saturday's items, which was the Nike training jacket came from my wife. So we made $25.01 on that. The Ping golf club, $24.25. That Daniel Clowes book, I bought that really for myself to read. I just sold it to get rid of it, but I did make $9.21 on it. And then the Ever Ready flashlight, we made $14.02. Their address that they included with all this attention, all-nighter, boys camp or whatever, was too long. It wouldn't even let me make an address label with that particular address. So I had to go in and take out some semicolons and some dashes and stuff and get it down to a number of characters that it would allow. Okay, so then we're looking at those 4 sales. So for Saturday, we made $72.49. Could be better. Definitely could be better. Then today we just had 2 sales. This Holy Bible, the Master Mason edition for the Freemasons. For some reason, eBay wouldn't let me purchase a media mail label, so I ended up losing over $2 on shipping for that. So we only made $11.33 when we should have been making $14 on that. So I think I probably put it in a category like a religious or like a religious items category or a secret society category or something like that instead of a book category. But I don't think it's anybody's business at eBay to tell me what kind of shipping I can do and what kind of shipping I can't do. So that's a little bit annoying. I probably could have gone over to Pirate Ship and messed around over there, but to save the $2, I don't want to spend the 3 minutes it's going to take me to do that. Okay, and then finally, this lava lamp earned $33.92. So today's profits, Sunday, only $45.25. So if we look at Friday, this is August 1st, we only made $45.52, and then these 2 sale days, not much different than that. So right now, with 3 days in, our average profit for the month is only $54.52. So it seems like, it feels like in my experience, the early half of the month is slower than the later half of the month. So hopefully things will start picking up. Sooner rather than later, but at least by the 15th, I'm hoping that sales will pick up and we'll start making a little bit more money. Because I'm trying to make $50,000 this year, I need to make at least $170 a day on average, and I'm pretty far away from that at this $54 average right now. So that's it for tonight. If you want to see if I make it to my $50,000 goal, make sure to subscribe and follow along through the rest of the year. I'm making videos every day. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. I'll miss you, but I appreciate your thoughts. So yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you. We'll see you next time.